Let's be honest. Most people are way over their heads when it comes to the cars they drive. That shiny ride sitting in your driveway, it might be costing you way more than you think, and not just in payments. Because here's the thing. The average car payment in the US is pushing $800 a month. And yet, the average salary isn't even enough to support that. So today we're breaking down exactly how much car you can afford based on your income, plus the rules smart people use to avoid going broke over a car. 1. The real cost of a car. It's not just the monthly payment. Most people only look at the monthly payment, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Financing is the first trap. Over 85% of new cars and 55% of used cars are bought with loans. Some stretched out as long as 72 months. That's 6 years of paying interest. Then you've got gas, which could run you $150 or more per month, insurance that averages $170, registration fees, maintenance costs, and the silent killer, depreciation. The second you drive off the lot, your car drops 11% in value. After 5 years, it's down 63%. So no, your $35,000 car isn't really worth $35,000. It's a financial black hole, unless you know the rules. The 23rd Eighth Rule. What you should actually be spending the first rule comes from The Money Guy Show, and it's solid. 20% down, 3-year loan. Spend no more than 8% of your income on transportation. Let's say you make $45,000 a year. That means your total transportation costs, including gas, insurance, and maintenance, shouldn't go over $3,600 per year, or about $300 a month. That puts you in the market for a used car worth around $8,000. Not glamorous, but it works. But if that feels too strict, there's a slightly more flexible version. 3. The 24/10 rule. A bit more car, a bit more risk. The 24/10 rule loosens things up. 20% down, 4-year loan, 10% of gross income. On a $50,000 salary, that means you could afford a car worth around $11,600. At $80,000, it's around $28,000. It gives you a little more breathing room, but also stretches your payments and raises your total cost. Still better than what most people do, but if you want the no-nonsense version, enter Dave Ramsey. 4. Dave Ramsey's brutal take. Cash or don't buy it. Dave doesn't sugarcoat it. His rule? If you can't buy it in cash, you can't afford it. Period. He also says your car's value should never exceed half your take-home salary. So if you bring home $60,000, don't buy a car worth more than $30,000. And get this. Based on a survey of 10,000 plus millionaires, the average millionaire drives a 4-year-old used car, often bought outright with no loan. It's not sexy, but it works. Still, there's another rule that keeps things ultra-practical. The Financial Samurai's rule, 10% for 10 years. This one's simple. Spend no more than 10% of your income on a car you plan to keep for at least 10 years. Make $100,000, spend $10,000, make $50,000, stick to $5,000. It might sound cheap, but the math is genius. Cheap, reliable cars equals more money for investing, saving, or starting a business. But while you're thinking smart, dealerships, they're playing a whole different game. What dealers don't tell you, and why they're dangerous. Car dealerships aren't here to protect your wallet. They'll approve you for whatever you technically qualify for, even if it buries you in debt. Here's how they do it. They look at your debt-to-income ratio. As long as it's under 45%, they'll find a way to say yes. That means if you make $6,000 a month and have $1,500 in other debts, you could still get approved for $1,200 a month in car payments. How? Easy. They'll just stretch your loan to 72, 84, even 96 months. Now you're locked into payments for the better part of a decade, on a car that'll lose half its value halfway through. 7. how to beat the system, and maybe even profit. Here's the part most people miss. You can actually make money on a car, or at least lose way less. Graham bought a Prius for $8,500, drove it 4 years, and only lost $62 per month in depreciation. Then he flipped multiple Lotus sports cars, and even his Tesla Model 3, sometimes for a profit. How? He bought the right cars, used at the right time, and sold them smart. He recommends looking for undervalued gems like Honda S2000, Mazda Miata Mid, 2000 Corvettes early Porsche Boxsters, BMW M3s, Toyota, FJ Cruiser, older Subaru, Impreza, or Mercedes G-Wagon. Or if you're just commuting, buy a 5 to 7-year-old used car with 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Maintain it well and drive it until it dies. Less flash, more freedom. Buy the car you need, not the car you want. So here's the deal. If you want to build wealth, don't buy the car you want. Buy the car you can afford. Stick to one of the rules, 20/3/8 if you're strict, 24/10 if you want flexibility, cash only if you're hardcore. And whatever you do, don't let dealerships convince you that stretching a loan means you can afford more. You're better off driving a $5,000 Honda and having $50,000 in investments than flexing in a new BMW and living paycheck to paycheck. What car are you driving right now? And does it actually fit within your budget? Drop a comment below and be honest. Let's see who's living smart and who's pushing the limit. And if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reality check before buying their next car. Your future self will thank you. Let me know if you'd like a thumbnail title idea or next video topic suggestion to go with this.